Hello.
242 Delta Flying Cloud ground, follow the Cessna to your left, runway 28 right, taxi the Alpha, cross runway 36.
Follow traffic hit,
okay.
At my right and cross 36 to 28 right.
I'm going to turn them down.
Yeah, Alpha.
So it's another really cold, frigid morning. I changed my camera settings so hopefully you can see the display better. I'm flying to a practice area to do maneuvers practice.
Cross 36, Mach 1.
Yeah, that's what we're at. I've got the oldest, jankiest plane in the fleet, so I've got to be careful. Nice to it.
28 right, taxi.
There's also a lot of ice this morning on the plane, so I had to get off. Alright. I have to idle at, usually I idle at 1,000 RPMs, I'm idling at like 13 or 1400 because otherwise it dies.
Flying Cloud ground, Thunderbird tug at Thunderbird for Delta lane.
There we go. Alright.
Thunderbird tug, hold your position.
Thunderbird tug, hold.
I think I went on right as somebody else did. Flying Cloud ground, Cessna 4713 Bravo at Elliott, departing VFR to the southwest with information Yankee.
4713 Bravo, Flying Cloud ground, 28 right, taxi via Alpha.
28 right via Alpha, 4713 Bravo. Easiest taxi instructions you'll ever get in your life. I think the thing that I now know that I need most in this life for flying is sunglasses.
This is 01 Delta, 28 right, clear for the option.
28 right, clear for the option. 01 Delta.
I lost my glove. There we go. Okay.
Zulu's current on the Flying Cloud data, altimeter 3048, wind 220 at 3.
They just changed wind information, so it's now 3048 as opposed to 3047. Again, we have a long line for the runway, just like yesterday. These are the two longest lines I've ever had. And everything seems just a bit loud, so I'm turning everything down. The engine, myself, my volume. Okay, I'm taking off on 28 right. If I lose power on the runway, I'm going to pull this right here, which is the throttle. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to do full brakes. I'm just going to try to hold on there. I'll pull back the yoke as well, which will do aerodynamic braking in order to stop.
Tower, Cessna 73.
Above 500 feet, or below 500 feet, I'll also just try to land back on the runway if I can. Otherwise, if I'm...
7390 Golf on Cloud Tower, hold short landing traffic.
Hold short for landing tower, or landing traffic, 9er Zulu Golf.
If I somehow got to tower frequency and I want to be on ground still. If I lose power above 500 feet, I'm going to try to land in the soccer field over there. Otherwise, there's a church parking lot I can also go to. There's two planes. There are two planes in front of me, and then there's one to my right. And I want the plane on my right to know that I'm done with run up and ready to go. My climbing out speed will be 67 knots initially, and then 60 knots, then 70 knots, between 70 and 80 knots, pardon me. My mixture is going rich. My nav lights are on. My strobe light is in op. My landing light is on, and my transponder is set to alt. And I'm not going to change the tower until I get up to the
Cloud, ground, Cessna 6301 Delta at Alpha 2, taxi back to Elliott.
601 Delta flying cloud ground, taxi 2 Elliott via Alpha, cross runway 36.
Taxi via Alpha, cross 36, Elliott, 01 Delta.
Okay, now my oil pressure, my oil temperature have gone up. My amps are in the positive. My suction gauge is positive, so all my engine instruments are good. My flight instruments, which is my 6-pack, my airspeed is at 0, which I expect. So that's over here if you can see it. Right here is my heading indicator, and that's set level, and it shows I'm not banking, so that's good. My altimeter is within 75 feet of my field elevation, which is 906 feet. It's currently saying I'm at, I don't know, just under that. Down here in the bottom left corner, which you definitely can't see, is my turn coordinator, which just says I'm not turning, and I'm currently sitting coordinated. Then I have my heading indicator, which is set to my compass, which was at 220. They're both matching, that's good. And my vertical speed indicator indicates that I'm not accelerating upwards or downward, or moving up or down. Oh, I see. I have my cabin heat on. This plane looks like it's doing, they look like they were doing a short field takeoff, but I guess not. Okay, I'm gonna give this plane a little bit of time to get out before I call, but I'll call pretty soon here. I'll call right now. Flying Cloud Tower, Cessna 4713 Bravo, holding short runway 28 right on Alpha 1, ready for takeoff.
Cessna 4713 Bravo, Flying Cloud Tower, on course approved, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 28 right, on course approved, 4713 Bravo. So they approved me to go where I was heading, which is southwest. The wind is coming from 220, and my runway is 280, so there's a left crosswind, so I'm putting in left aileron. And we are off, and we're not.
Flying Cloud Tower, Archer 3, Delta, holding short of 28 right, ready for departure. Archer 3, 2 Delta, Flying Cloud Tower, Cessna just departing is also southwest bound, on course approved, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff. On course approved, 28 right, Delta. Cessna 9 is Golf, runway 28 right, clear for the option.
So what I'm shooting for here is...
9 is Golf, runway 28 right, clear for the option.
28 right, cleared for the option, 9er to Golf.
I'm shooting for a climb of about 67 knots, and I'm not...
Tower, Cessna 737, Juliet X-ray is about 10 miles west inbound for the pattern.
Cessna 737, Juliet X-ray, Flying Cloud Tower, enter left downwind, runway 28 left.
Left downwind for 28 left, 737 Juliet X-ray.
Cessna 42 Delta, number 2, following a Cessna approaching right base, runway 28 right, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, following Cessna 28 right, 40 Delta.
Adding some nose up trim. I'm adding some nose up trim. Now it's really important to look for traffic. This is the most important part because I'm flying out away from the airport. Planes are coming in.
6301 Delta, holding short 28 right, ready to go.
Cessna 6301 Delta, Flying Cloud Tower, no delay, runway 28 right, quick takeoff, traffic turn to final.
Say again, please.
0 Delta, no delay, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff, traffic turn to final.
Clear for takeoff, 28 right, no delay, 01 Delta.
There's a plane off on my right at the same altitude as me that I can't see, but I'm scanning for. I'm going to level off at 2,500 feet because I know there's a Bravo shelf right above me somewhere. Until I get out away from it, I want to stay comfortably below it. I'm actually already outside it. The Bravo shelf is at 4,000 feet right now, but I'm going to be safe. Adding some nose up trim. There we go. Taking a little bit out because I put just a bit too much. And I'm going to alter my course. Not at all. I'm just going to head on this heading. So what I'm doing right now is maneuver reviews. So that's maneuvers like steep turns, which is what I want to probably focus on the most today. Steep turns, and then ground reference maneuvers, turns around to point, S-turns, and rectangular pattern. I'm not going to practice rectangular pattern because I do it every time I take off or land. But then I can also practice, I'll do some stalls as well.
Cessna 9 is the Golf, right at Alpha 3, contact ground.
Right at 3, contact ground, 9er Zulu.
So right now I'm just flying cross-country flight here. Checking my fuel gauges, they look good. There's another plane. I can see it off my left. It's just 100 feet above me, so I've got my eye on it. I just assume that every plane out here is faster than me, which technically means that I have the right of way, but I'm not going to trust that. What I'm going to do based on that is just assume that there's a plane near me. It's going to be catching up to me. I got a good eye on this plane. It's at my same altitude, a couple thousand feet away, maybe a mile even. So I'm flying out over looking for a specific city here, and then I'm going to change frequencies to the in-flight training ground frequency. And then I tell people in the vicinity what I'm doing when I'm doing it.
Cessna 42 Delta, right turn Alpha 2, contact ground.
Right, Alpha 2 and contact ground 42 Delta.
So it looks like there's going to be some other planes out in the practice area with me, so I'll need to be careful.
Cessna 7 Juliet X-ray, runway 28 left, clear for the option on the go, make left traffic.
37 Juliet X-ray, cleared for 28 left, make left traffic pattern.
This plane never gets warm. The other one was warmer than this one. I have to keep my gloves on. Alright, so right now I'm looking down and I'm seeing that if I lost my engine, I can also, I'm not going to practice that, but I'm going to walk myself through it and be very, for the sake of the test, I want to be very verbose with my actions, very articulate with what I would actually do. So if I lost power right now, the wind is from 220, I'm just going to double check that now, 240 at only 3 knots. So we're looking at basically 0 wind. And I'm currently flying on a heading of 220, so I'm flying basically direct headwind. If I lost power, what I would do is I would immediately pitch for my best glide speed, which is 60 knots in this plane. Then I would look for the best spot to land, and the best spot to land is somewhere flat. If it's in a field, parallel with the field lines, because you don't want to go perpendicular and then get your nose wheel stuck in the dirt. I'm gonna climb. I'm gonna start climbing now. Yeah, because there's another plane behind me that's at my same altitude. Yeah, I got my eye on him though. So I'm gonna go full throttle, climb. I'm gonna make sure my car beats off, and I'm gonna pitch up, and I want to climb between 70 and 80 knots. There's 80 knots. I see my altimeter here is going up. I'm looking for 3,000. I'm gonna go up higher. I'm gonna try to go to 4,000. And I'm continuing to scan for traffic. Now I'm going to put in my other GPS, my other radio frequency, 122.75. I'm going to switch to that.
Are you out there?
Still climbing. After I found my best place to land in a stall, I would go through my emergency checklist. So if it's emergency power off and flight checklist, I'd go through that. I would declare an emergency on Flying Cloud Tower probably. Then Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Say where I'm going down. And then I would turn on my ELT beacon, which is right there on the right side. There's 4,000, so I'm leveling off. Okay, I'm about where I want to be. So now I'm going to do clearing turns. It's just going to be standard rate turns, 90 degrees and then 90 degrees again. I'm going to line up with the 220 heading first. It's going to be my heading that I'm going to go off. Alright, so now clearing turn. Looking for traffic. And there's the reason I need glasses, sunglasses. Now I'm turning back the other way. The other plane I was worrying about before is now past me and is 600 feet below me. Okay. So there we go. Okay, so I'm at 4,000 feet. The first thing that I'm going to do is, I didn't see any traffic. I see somebody on my on my radar. The first thing I'm going to do is a steep turn. I'm going to do a steep turn to the left, which is my worst one. So to do a steep turn, I'm going to increase my power a little bit. It's already increased a bit, actually. I'm going to increase my power to probably an extra 100 RPMs. I'm going to turn into a 45-degree bank, and then I'm going to pull like heck up on my yoke to stay in the turn. And the hardest part for me is maintaining elevation. I mean that is really the problem, the difficulty of doing this maneuver. I'm actually going to turn right because there's another plane here. And I'm going to tell in-flight traffic what I'm doing. In-flight traffic, Cessna 4713 Bravo, 2 miles east of Belle Plaine, doing maneuvers at 4,000 feet, in-flight traffic. So I just told in-flight traffic, which is my flight school, people that come out here, that I'm 2 miles east of Belle Plaine, the city, and I'm doing maneuvers at 4,000 feet, so I should make sure, doggone sure I'm staying at 4,000 feet. I'm currently descending. Let's get back up to 4,000. I'm pushing throttle in to go up, so I don't lose airspeed. And I'm pitching up. There we go, level off. Okay, now let's do this turn. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to increase power a little bit, and then here we go. Woohoo! You out there, Eric? Okay, so if I had to rate that, what I just did, I stayed within 100 feet, you get plus or minus 100 feet. I dropped to like, from 4,000, I dropped 50 feet and then climbed back up, and then gained, I ended probably about 20 feet above 4,000, which is fine. I think the rating is plus or minus either 10 or 15 degrees of heading, where you pull out of the turn, and I ended up about 10 degrees. I pulled out 10 degrees early, so that could be a little better. Let's do the same thing to the right now. I'm scanning for traffic again. Just north of Belle Plaine now. Alright, pushing power in, and we're turning. Okay, that one has historically been my best one, or better, but I pulled out a little bit too late. Also, I didn't hold it as well as I normally do. I had trouble staying coordinated, but it wasn't bad. It was still within spec. It was good. I'm going to do one more of each, and then I'll move on to another maneuver. Okay, where's the sun? The sun's over there. So I'm going to do a 180 so I don't get just way away from town here. Going to do a 180 degree turn. Not a steep turn. Steep turns are always 360 degrees. I'm using this turn here as an opportunity to, actually I'm just going to do a 90 degree turn. I'm using it as an opportunity to look for traffic. Okay, there we go. Okay. At 320. I know that was a 100 degree turn, but anyway. Alright, I'm going to do my left turn now. Here goes nothing. Okay, again I overshot my finishing point, but my altitude was great, which has normally been the issue. And the reason I'm overshooting or I know what I could do better to help my ending point is picking an actual outside reference and not just my heading indicator. Because I'm supposed to be using VFR, visual flight rules, so I should be looking outside the plane. So what I'm going to do for my right turn is I'm going to line up with this lake here and these roads. The roads usually run east, west, north, south. So this is lined up north, south, pretty much. It's a little bit off. It's 350 degrees. So I have this tiny little lake here, which is Lake Waconia. And now I'm going to do my right turn, and this is where I'm going to end. I also got a water tower down there and the smokestacks in the distance. This should help me find my ending point. Alright, here we go. Well, I gained about 120 feet, so not great, but I enjoyed it. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time, because I didn't do so great. My heading was great. I ended right on the heading number, but try it again. Aha, that was right on the money. Started 350, ended 350, started at 4,000, ended at 4,000. Didn't go up or down at all. That's what you want. Alright, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to turn this way because I don't want to look into the sun. I've just got another plane 300 feet below me that's about 7 miles in front of me, but it's coming directly perpendicular, and I just want to stay away from other airplanes. Okay, so that was steep turns. The next thing I'm going to do is stalls. And just from the thing to remember with stalls is that you need to finish your stall or any maneuver 1,500 feet AGL or higher. So 4,000 feet, that means I've got 2,500 feet to fall. 1,500 feet to fall because AGL is 1,000 less than MSL. Okay, I don't see any other traffic. I'm going to do a power on stall, or take off stall first. I'm just going to walk through what I'm doing first. And with the stall, it's all about heading control. Actually, before I do this, just in the name of safety, got a lot of nose down. If I get into a spin, what I do is power to idle. Ailerons go neutral. I gotta make sure they get to neutral, and then rudder, full opposite rudder to break out of the stall, and then elevator down. I'm pushing the elevator down to kind of push my nose straight down, because once I've broken the spin, I still need to break the stall. So the elevator breaks the spin, and the rudder breaks the stall. Sorry, other way around. Rudder breaks the spin. Yeah, and elevator breaks the stall. Yeah, I said that. That's right. Okay, so power off stall is simulating takeoff. So this is the only time I'm gonna pull my throttle without also putting carb heat on. I'm gonna pull my throttle to about 1,700 RPMs, which simulates going down for landing. I'm actually just going to do it to slow down. I'm going to pull my throttle to slow down. I'm going to pitch up and to maintain altitude until just more or less until I get to 60 knots, which is kind of my taking off speed. And then once I get to 60 knots, I'm going to go full throttle, and I'm going to pitch the nose up until it stalls. And the reason, and so that's kind of like, that's like taking off. Pitching the nose up on a takeoff climb until it stalls. So without further ado, let's do this. Well, to get out of it then, once the plane stalls, I'm going to let the nose come down to break the stall. I'm going to apply opposite rudder if I need to if one of the wings comes down harder than the other one. Which would be if I'm uncoordinated or if the plane's just whatever, old. And so once one of the wings comes down, I'll do opposite rudder to break the stall. I'll push my nose down just a little bit, and then I will reestablish the climb. Once I see that my airspeed's increasing. Ideally, I'd see my airspeed's increasing to 55 knots, and then I'd climb a little bit, and then get to 67 knots, and then climb out of it. Okay, so here we go. So I'm pulling, loosen the throttle lock a little bit. I'm pulling power, and I'm pitching up to maintain. I'm maintaining 3,900 feet now, and I want to make sure I stay coordinated. And so this is all about staying on your heading. So I'm south plus 5 degrees. There's 60 knots. There's full throttle, and I'm just full throttle, and I'm pitching up. And now it's all about rudder control to maintain. There it is. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, now I'm keeping the nose down, and I'm pulling up now. There we go, we're out of the stall. Okay, and actually gained elevation on that stall. So I'm gonna pull carb heat now and pull power to loosen elevation. I mean, obviously I gained elevation in simulating a takeoff. Okay, so that was pretty good. I passed the stall because, or I think I did because I maintained my heading. So I think the reason they want you to maintain your heading is because then it proves that you're not spinning. It proves that you're staying head on, and it makes sure that you're practicing staying coordinated in the stall. Now, that was the thing about simulating stalls like this is that they're super unrealistic because if a stall actually happens, I'm not going to be focused on maintaining my heading and keeping proper coordination and all that stuff. But those are good things to do. All right, I'm going to turn around, and then I'm going to do. Actually, I'm going to do one more power on stall. I'm going to do the same thing again, and then I'm going to turn around and do power off. Okay, so I'm pulling power, maintaining my heading, or my elevation, sorry, just to kind of bleed off power, and I don't want to drop too far. There's 60. I'm going to go full throttle, and then I'm going to pitch up. And I'm on a heading of 200. I'm going to hold 200. There's the stall. Pitch up. There we go, and we're out. So I come down, regain my airspeed, and now to finish the maneuver, I'm going to pull my power off and kind of just level off into level flight. That's how you do the maneuver. Alright, so there's the power on stall. You see, when you're doing these training stalls, there's nothing really to be afraid of. I'm now looking outside the plane and turning around. I'm also trying to descend 200 feet while turning. Turning into the sun. Gonna follow the sun. I want to turn around to basically just straight north. Okay, so you saw there to get out of the stall. It's just a matter of making sure the nose comes down. Both times I stalled, my right wing dipped, and so I had to push left. I'm interested to see now if I can watch this video again and see what my arms are doing. My feet need to go opposite rudder, but opposite aileron will make it worse, and that's the tendency. And so I want to know if I actually did that or not. If I had my instructor, he would tell me, like, you turn the aileron thing, because if my right wing dips, I don't want to turn my aileron at all, but I especially don't want to turn it right, because that will induce a spin. There's north. Cross-reference with my compass as soon as I get leveled out here. Yep, that's north. I'm going to climb 50 feet again. And then I'm going to call again and say I'm south of Belle Plaine. In-flight traffic, Cessna 4713 Bravo, 2 miles south of Belle Plaine, doing maneuvers at 4,000 feet. In-flight traffic. I think I'm the only one out here. Okay, now we're going to do a landing stall, power off stall. Now, I guess while we're doing this, I can show you how to do slow flight, because you need to get into slow flight first. So let's get into slow flight. So I'm just climbing up a little bit here first. There we go. So slow flight is when the controls, get all mushy, below like 60 knots. Stall speed in this airplane is 35 knots with full flaps extended. And so I'm probably going to try to get to 45, 50 knots probably is where I feel safe. And I know if I get into a stall, I'm high, hopefully I can get out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull carb heat first, because I'm going to pull throttle, and my throttle is going outside the green arc, if you can see over here. Which means that, so I'm also now maintaining altitude, so I'm continuing to pitch up. It's also bleeding off my speed, and as my speed bleeds off, I can now add flaps, which will increase lift and help me stay at my altitude. And I'm going to have to add power back in, but I need to pull carb heat because I'm now below the green arc in my throttle there. So I'm adding flaps, I'm at like 60 knots, and I'm already losing speed, so I'm going to increase some throttle here to hold my altitude. It's kind of deceptive how much throttle you need to add for slow flight. And now my controls are getting mushy. Harder to stay coordinated. You need more right rudder. Because right now I'm at high speed. And so once I put that, when you put the flaps in, the plane wants to fling its nose in the air. Because you're adding lift. So now I'm in the region of reverse command, which means that I pitch for airspeed. So I notice if I'm stalling, I'm just going to push the nose down a little bit, and I add throttle for altitude. So adding throttle will make me go up, and this is because of the drag curve. So I'm a little bit high, so I'm going to pull the throttle a little bit. And so even though I'm in the region of reverse command, you still pitch and airspeed altitude and airspeed are still intimately related. You can't change one without changing the other, really. So it's always kind of give and take. Feel cold air coming into the plane. Okay. So I'm in slow flight now. Now, what does a stall look like in this configuration? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the throttle to idle, descend to 60 knots, and then pitch up at 60 knots until I stall. Because the landing speed in this airplane is 60 knots. So when I'm at 60 knots, I just want to turn my heading a little bit. When you're at 60 knots, that's when you're coming into land. And when you're coming into land, you have power very low, or when you're rounding out, depending how you're landing, completely idle. So I pull this throttle all the way to idle. So I'm going to pull it all the way to idle, and then I'm going to pitch up, which just means that you're coming in, but you're letting the nose come up. And that is pretty common because a lot of times when you're adding in flaps, the nose wants to come up. And if you're coming in low, or if you, or just inexperienced, and you come in and it's just, my stall indicator is pretty, it could be because I also have some frost still on the plane that's increasing the stall speed. But I don't think the indicators would indicate that. I just need to be wary of that. My indicators went off at 45 knots. Maybe that's what they're supposed to do, but a lot of these Cessnas don't really go off ever. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to pull throttle to just pull the throttle out. All the way out. I'm going to pitch for 60 knots airspeed. Come on, 60 knots. So now I'm going straight into the ground. And now I'm going to hold my north heading, and I'm just pitching up. And as soon as I get into the stall, I'm going to go full airspeed, carb heat on, flaps to 20 immediately. Pulling the yoke back. Doesn't want to stall. There's the stall. Carb heat flaps 20. And I'm immediately trying to get myself back into a climb. And as soon as I know I'm in a climb, then I start bringing my other flaps up. So I'm going flaps to 10. And now I'm going flaps to 0. So I've established a climb, and now I'm just kind of pulling myself back into normal flight. Pulling the throttle a little bit because I'm not climbing anymore. So that's all that is. I'm going to do that one again. So let's get back into slow flight, pulling carb heat out. And every time I pull my throttle out, which is normally what I do when I'm descending, especially for landing, whenever actually I'm gonna go up a little bit. I'm gonna go back up. I lost 400 feet during that stall, but that's also because I'm descending. So to climb, I go full throttle, carb heat off. And then to descend, I go carb heat on and pull the throttle out to around 1700 RPMs. And you can do whatever number you want. You can go to 1000, you just descend faster. I don't really want to do ground reference maneuvers, but it might be the only other thing I have to do. Okay, there's 4,000 feet. Leveled off. I'm on my north heading. I've gyroscopically processed a little bit, it looks like. I just fixed that. Alright, now let's go back into slow flight. RP. RPMs dropping. Adding flaps. I want to maintain my altitude right now. And I also want to maintain my heading. As the controls get mushier, it gets harder. Now I'm going to push my nose down because now I'm simulating, I'm coming in for landing. So 60 knots, I'm pulling the power to idle now. And I'm pitching up. And now I don't care about altitude anymore, now I just care about my heading and being safe. Thing isn't stalling. There we go. Full throttle, carb heat, and flaps to 20. And now I'm trying to reestablish a climb. I can't do it immediately. I mean, I could kind of there. I can't do it immediately though because I don't have enough airspeed. So if I try to climb too early, I'll induce a secondary stall, which could be worse than the first one. I'm climbing out. There's my full flaps, and now I'm leveling off. I lost like exactly 500 feet, and now I'm coming back into straight and level coordinated flight. Pulling my RPMs back to 2,200. And here I am at just above 3,500 feet. Perfect place to fly. So I think what I'm going to do is go try to land at Glencoe and then come back. I'm going to do that. So I just need to make sure that there wasn't a snowstorm the last 24 hours. Otherwise, I'm not allowed to land at an untowered airport. There hasn't been. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set myself on their CTAF, which is 122.8. And I'm actually, before that, well, there we go. So now I'm on their CTAF, Glencoe CTAF. I'm going to get the area information before I'm going to turn slightly to the left because Glencoe's over there. I've never been to Glencoe, but I know a lot of student pilots go there a lot. This is a new airport for both of us.
Locate traffic, Warrior 43353, maneuvering 8 miles to the west of the field at 4,000 kilometers.
Okay, so
traffic, Sierra Center 33 Juliet Bravo is departed, runway 33 and off to the northeast, New Ulm.
the elevation is 993 feet, so just a little bit higher than my airport. The best runway is they've got 1331, so I'm just gonna listen to other airplanes and see what they're doing. They have an AWAS 119.625. I'm actually gonna listen to that before I go over there.
All air traffic, that's speaking on my fuel, it's 5 miles to the east and bound for landing.
So my iPad gives me all this nice
Silver traffic, Cessna 739 Bravo November, 10 miles northeast, inbound for a full stop. Wilmer.
So this is CTAF for a bunch of local airports. You hear Wilmer, New Ulm.
Glencoe Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation. 1441 Zulu. Weather. Wind. Calm. Visibility. 10. Clear. Below. 12,000. Temperature. -6 Celsius. Dew point. -9er. Altimeter. 3049er.
3049. Okay, I've got the most accurate weather information then. 3049er.
Glencoe Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation. 14.
Now I'm gonna just monitor the CTAF. Make sure that everything's Gucci. Okay, so the wind is calm. So I'm just gonna go over that direction and see. I'm gonna listen and see if anybody's what runways people are landing on. Otherwise, I'll land on 3-1. Always looking for traffic. Actually, I'm going to try to land on runway 13. That's when I'm coming in. So now I'm going to call. Now I'm going to call in and say what I'm planning on doing. I've decided 13 unless I hear that somebody's doing 3-1. And we'll see what happens. They might have a calm wind runway. It doesn't say anything about calm wind runway here. Go and watch. So I'm 10 miles out, so now I'm going to report and say what my intentions are. Glencoe traffic, Cessna 4713 Bravo, 10 miles out to the east, coming in for left traffic on runway 13. I should have said Glencoe traffic, but I forgot.
Traffic, 289 Mike Kilo, 7 miles to the east, we're going to set up 45, upwind, 33 Mac, or New Ulm.
I think he said New Ulm.
Wilmer area traffic, Cessna 739 Bravo November, 5 miles northeast, inbound for a left, downwind for runway 13, Wilmer.
My instruments all still look good. My landing light should have been turned off a long time ago.
Normal traffic, 39 Mike Kilos, Midfield cross, runway 33, normal.
Everyone's at Wilmer today. Okay, I'm gonna go through my checklist for arrival. I have the weather, I have the area information, I know the runways. My radios are set for Glencoe. My power is as desired, my mixture is full rich. It doesn't have to be, but it is. My landing light is now back on. My seatbelts are good, my mixture is rich. Again, I'm on another checklist, so they want me to double check that. Carb heat is on, my primer is in locked. And traffic pattern altitude will be basically the same as it is at my normal airport, so 1900 feet. This is a CTAP runway, so I'm flying you to an untowered airport. One of the beauties of flying is you can kind of just go wherever you want. I'm flying to an untowered airport, which means that I'm just going to report everything I do. So when I get 5 miles out, I might report again. But it's also important to listen to all the traffic news, everything that's going on, because nobody's talking to you in particular. They're talking to everyone. So I don't know what airport they're talking about or what they're doing. And I didn't make sure that there aren't other airplanes that are saying that they're landing different on the same runway the other direction.
All traffic 289 Mike Kilos on a 4 mile, 45 upwind, 33 dual.
Also want to make sure that there aren't any planes. Wilmer traffic, Cessna 739 Bravo November, entering left downwind
flying around
13 Wilmer.
I want to make sure there aren't any planes flying around that aren't on the CTAP, which has happened a lot. I'm going to call out again at 5 miles out.
9K traffic Archer 3C. New Home traffic Archer 3C, 9 Mike Kilo turning 6 runway 3C, New Home.
This is what I do when I don't want to do ground reference maneuvers. I don't think ground reference maneuvers...
go around. No.
They're not very hard, and I mean they can be difficult, but usually you need wind, and there's no wind right now, so it makes it great to fly, but it makes it
Marshall traffic, Mini 64, 10 mile final, runway 20, Marshall.
Okay, I see the town of of Glencoe. Glencoe traffic, Cessna 4713 Bravo, 5 miles out to the east, coming in left traffic for runway 13. Glencoe traffic.
Home traffic 289 Mike Kilo turning upwind 33. Home.
Wilmer traffic, Cessna 739 Bravo November, left downwind turning base for runway 13 Wilmer.
New Home traffic Archer 339 Mike Kilo turning cross my runway 23 New Home.
I'm really bad at finding airports. I can't see Glencoe Airport. Actually, I think I can, but it looks to me like it's behind the
New Home traffic Archer 339 Mike Kilo turning downwind runway 23 New Home.
I'm going to descend to 2500.
Home traffic 289 Mike Kilo crosswind 33 New Home.
Oh, there's the runway. There's the freaking airport. I'm way too high.
Normal traffic, Cessna 739 Bravo November, base to final.
I'm gonna slip my way in like this. Doing full right rudder. I gotta make sure my nose stays down. Doing full right rudder and left aileron. And I'm dropping like a rock. Because I do not want to be dropping down into the traffic pattern, which is what I'm almost doing. Glencoe traffic, Cessna 4713 Bravo, 2 miles out to the east, coming in left downwind for runway 13, Glencoe traffic.
All traffic, 28992 downwind, 33 New Ulm traffic, Archer 339 Mike Kilo turning, base runway 33, New Ulm.
Okay, so coming in for the runway, which I can now see. And I'm gonna fly by it, and then if it doesn't look like it's good to land on, if it looks icy or something, then I'm gonna just leave. I won't land on it. I've never been here, so I wanted to see what it's like. Whoa, my altimeter just broke. Glencoe traffic, Cessna 4713 Bravo, entering left downwind for runway 13, Glencoe traffic. My altimeter was not moving at all, and then it just dropped like 700 feet. So I'm really low, but I should be able to manage this. I can't lose altitude yet. Jeez, I'm just gonna go around.
Olivia traffic, Debonair, 8543 Mike, we're 10 to the east, we're inbound. Fly over midfield and enter left downwind for 29, Olivia traffic.
New Ulm traffic, 289 Mike Kilo, go around, 33 New Ulm.
Basically doing a power off landing. Glencoe traffic, Cessna 4713 Bravo, going around runway 13, making left traffic. Glencoe traffic. I almost said my number again. Okay, so that wasn't my fault. That was the fact that I'm using a plane from the 1950s. So I'm going around, so I'm pulling back up the traffic pattern altitude. I've never seen anything like that before. But hey, I gotta go look at the runway.
New Ulm traffic, 289 Mike Kilo, turning crosswind, 33 New Ulm.
Glencoe traffic, Cessna 4713 Bravo, turning crosswind for runway 13, left traffic, Glencoe traffic. So you're supposed to call every turn you do. Nobody does. Well, you do when you're with your flight instructor. And I'm gonna do like every other call.
Springfield traffic, Pipeline Patrol car, 3 miles to the west. We're eastbound at 1,600. Going to transition just north of the field across the road to the east.
But if everybody called everything that they did, this CTAP is for like 5 different airports or more. So I mean, I feel like it wouldn't work. I'm gonna call the important stuff, like when I'm coming into land and what runway I'm landing on and all that.
Neon traffic Archer 339, Mike Kilo towards runway 4222 on Alpha. Neon.
Glencoe traffic, Cessna 4713 Bravo, left downwind for runway 13. Glencoe traffic. I called that a bit late.
Lydia traffic, Debonair 43 Mike is half mile north and east. We're going to fly over the field at 2500 and enter a left downwind for 29. Olivia.
Glencoe traffic, Cessna 4713 Bravo, turning base for runway 13. Glencoe traffic.
Lydia traffic, Cherokee 95 Lima, about 2.5 north of the field, transition west east, low level.
So now I'm coming in at 70 knots.
Traffic, 289 Mike Kilo.
I can see the runway there off my left wing. I'm in 20 degrees of flaps. I'm going to add 30 once I turn final, and then I'm going to tell Glencoe that I'm turning final. And the people are probably not very happy that I'm calling everything I'm doing. The airports that are calling everything are, it sounds like it's Olivia and Wilmer, because they have tons of people there right now. Glencoe traffic, Cessna 4713 Bravo, turning final for runway 13, Glencoe traffic. I'm putting 30 degrees of flaps in. I turned final a bit early. That's okay. Lined up. Bring it a bit low, I think.
Olivia traffic, we're entering left downwind midfield for 29, Olivia.
Oh gosh. I don't know why I sunk like a rock at the end there, but I just slammed onto the runway. Alright, I have to do a full stop because I'm a student pilot.
Newell traffic, Archer 343 Mike Kilo, 10 miles to the east. We're going to overfly the field 2,500 feet and then make the downwind for runway 33 Newell.
Glencoe traffic, Cessna 959er Golf Tango is 6.5 miles to the northeast, inbound for landing on runway 13, Glencoe traffic.
So there's a guy coming to my airport now. He's a guy from my flight school, because I know the airport the plane number, 959er Golf Tango. Aside from it being clear that my landings are trash, well, I guess what I was going to say was that I don't need to, technically, you should be saying like, oh, I'm taxiing here, taxiing there, whatever, but it's really up to...
Traffic 289 Mike Kilo is cross 133 Newell.
It's up to how busy it is. So right now there's like nothing here, and so if I'm saying I'm taxiing around, I'm not really helping anybody. Alright. Make sure my flaps are up, my carb heat's off, and I'm gonna...
Traffic 289 Mike Kilo down 133 Newell.
I'm gonna go back to my airport, and if I, I really have to pee. If I have any... I'm setting my ATIS information for my home airport, so I can get it on the way. If I have any issues... sorry, if I get there early, I can do a lap in the pattern, but I really have to pee, so... Glencoe traffic, Cessna 4713 Bravo, taking off runway 13, making left turnout to the northeast, Glencoe traffic. Okay, so I kind of just made up making a left turn out, whatever. I just want people to know once I take off, where am I going? Alright, let's make the land, let's make the, I don't know. Let's make the takeoff better than the landing.
Y'all copy that, 59 Mike Kilo, set runway 15, y'all.
Now this is a 67 knot climb. Something I perfected over the years. Okay, so I know
Traffic, 29 Mike Kilo base, 33 New Ulm.
I know there's a plane coming in for 13.
Archer 343, Mike.
So I'm just going to fly straight onto this heading for a little bit to get out of his way.
Feet, send to the downwind for runway 33 New Ulm.
Should be able to see him.
Glencoe traffic, 959er Golf Tango's at 2,000 feet, 2 miles to the northeast, inbound for landing on runway 13, Glencoe traffic.
Ulm traffic, 29 Mike Kilo, final 33 New Ulm.
Variable traffic, Bonanza 44600 is turning a 6-mile final runway 30, variable.
Glencoe traffic, 959er Golf Tango's downwind for runway 13, Glencoe traffic.
Alright, so I'm out of that guy's way. So once I get to 2,500 feet here, I'm going to
Copy that, 339 Mike Kilo, turning this runway 33 New Ulm.
turn back towards Flying Cloud. I can see the cities because it's clear enough. The skyscraper is looming in the distance. I'm going to keep climbing, 3,000 feet.
Glencoe traffic, 959er Golf Tango's base for runway 13, Glencoe traffic.
It's crazy because I know exactly where that plane says he is, but I don't see a plane there. Because there's such small specks in the sky.
Traffic, 342, midfield cross into the downwind 33, Ulm.
Wilmer traffic, Cessna 739 Bravo November, just off runway 13, departing to the east, Wilmer.
There are a lot of planes by my airport right now. More than 10 it looks like.
Glencoe traffic, 959er Golf Tango's on final for 13, Glencoe traffic.
Just enjoy the sky. Enjoy the beautiful flight. I don't care. I love
Traffic
it.
600 is on a 3-mile final runway, a 4-mile final runway 30.
Just the smallest indication of nose down trim.
Traffic, 289 Mike Kilo, this crosswind for 33 New Ulm.
Okay.
All traffic, Archer 343, Mike Kilo, downwind, runway 33, Mankato, or up New Ulm.
Martinville traffic, King Air 1. Lake Emo, 61879, 8 to the south, inbound for 32. Lake Emo, 16, Martinville.
I think I'm going to be, if anything, I'm going to be a little bit late to getting back to my airport.
Glencoe traffic goes clear of runway
Untowered, Alpha 3, taxiing back.
Yeah, fuel traffic, 7647 Golf, 5 to the northeast, 4,000 climbing 4,500, maneuvering Estro.
Today's been good.
Traffic 289 kilo down 1.
I feel confident in my maneuvers. I feel confident in my ability to get in and out of airports when I know where they are. I should have gotten lower before I got to Glencoe. That's a valuable lesson.
New Ulm traffic, Archer 343, Mike Kilo, turning base runway 33, New Ulm. New Ulm traffic, Archer 343, Mike Kilo, turning final runway 33, New Ulm.
New Ulm traffic, Archer 339, Mike Kilo, crossing runway 42 to Alpha. New Ulm.
10. Got clear below 12,000. Temperature minus 6, dew point minus 8, altimeter 3050. Please approach Houston, runway 28 left, 28 right. Runway 28 left, happy, out of service. Flight cloud VOR, out of service. Attention, due to numerous incorrect runway landings. Use vigilance for runway assignment. Advise initial contact. You have information, Alpha.
I've never heard in my life, I mean I haven't been flying for very long, but I've never heard of an altimeter setting that high, 305. Let's see how high it goes. It goes to 3-1. So it could go a lot higher. That's really high.
Lake Elmo Cessna 61879, 4 mile final on the RNAV 32 Eagle South Lake Elmo.
Scout 75 Sierra, 5 west at 4700.
So I'm gonna do my arrival checklist now that I'm 15 miles out or so. Destination weather I have. I didn't catch the wind, but it's probably calmer.
Runway 28 left, happy, out of service. Flight cloud VOR, out of service. Attention, due to numerous incorrect runway landings. Use vigilance for runway assignment. Advise initial contact. You have information, Alpha. Look up the information, Alpha, 1453 Zulu, wind 220 at 5, visibility 10.
Mike Kilo is final 33, New Ulm.
220 at 5. Alright, so I'm gonna set this one now to to Flying Cloud's tower. And I'm 15 miles out, so I'm going through my arrival checklist, making sure that the carb heat is good.
59er Golf Tango's departing runway 13, staying in the pattern, Glencoe traffic.
Making sure that my carb heat is good, my landing light is on. Alright, so before landing, checklist, which is another checklist we have, I normally do when I'm about, when I'm about 5 miles out.
New Ulm traffic, Archer 343, Mike Kilo, turning cross at 33, New Ulm.
Oh, I really have to pee. This could be an in-flight emergency. Another plane 400 feet above me, just behind me. I'm not really good at judging distances outside the plane. Like, it says on my radar, it says it's 4 miles away. I don't know how far.
Traffic, Archer 343, Mike Kilo, turning downwind, runway 33, New Ulm.
New Ulm traffic, 289, Mike Kilo, go around 33, New Ulm.
Getting to flight.
Delta altitude, we're back to it, right?
Delta contacting. One 4 Charlie, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff, fly straight out, I'll call your turn, traffic mile final. 3 Julie Bravo, same intention.
Over to Elliott, please.
3 Julie Bravo, right at Fox, hold short, runway 28 right, remain this frequency.
Right at Fox, holding short of runway 28 right, staying with you, 3 Julie Bravo.
They're probably going to give me 2-8. I don't know if they'll give me 2-8 left or right though. Probably right. I want right. Alright, the mixture is rich. My seatbelts are on and locked. My carb heat is on.
Cloud Tower, Twin Cessna 1873 Hotel.
1837 Hotel, flying cloud.
1873 Hotel. We're just took off from Anoka Rover past Crystal now towards your area from the north to the south at 2,500 feet. I'd like to go through your area.
And 73 Hotel, transition through the Delta's approved at or above 2,500, flying cloud altimeter 3049er.
3049er, thank you, sir.
Flying Cloud Tower, Cessna 4713 Bravo, 10 miles out on the west, coming in with information Alpha.
4713 Bravo, Flying Cloud Tower, enter left downwind for runway 28 left.
Left downwind for 28 left, 4713 Bravo. I gotta get north then.
46 Papa, contact ground.
Over to ground, 46 Pop.
3 Julie Bravo, cross runway 28 right at Foxtrot, and then contact ground.
Crossing runway 28 right at Foxtrot, and then over to ground, 3 Julie Bravo.
There's a plane coming head on, just 200 feet above
Tower,
me.
Cessna 48500 is at 28 right, ready for departure.
48500, Flying Cloud Tower, make right traffic, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Right traffic, 28 right, 48500.
14 Charlie, start your turn to the south.
Turning southbound for Charlie.
Cessna 13 Bravo, descend down to pattern altitude for outbound traffic.
Descending to pattern altitude, 4713 Bravo. They want me to go down because I can see a plane it's just right above me right now. That's outbound, so I've got to get below outbound traffic. I just waved my wing at him.
I was Flying Cloud Tower, Cessna 6301 Delta, holding short 28 right, ready to go.
6301 Delta, Flying Cloud Tower, follow the Cessna lefting off in front, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff, make right traffic.
Right traffic, clear to take off, 28 right, 01 Delta.
I was going for the wrong one way. I figured it out now. Alright, now I'm at traffic pattern altitude, which is good. That takes one thing off the checklist to do later. I've got 18 more minutes with this plane, so... And I'll probably be landing in about 8. I could go around... I mean, I could... No, I'm just gonna be done.
Flying Cloud Tower, 151 Yankee Delta, ready for departure, 28 left.
151 Yankee Delta, Flying Cloud Tower, wind 250 at 5, flighting 280, runway 28 left, clear for takeoff.
280, clear for takeoff, 28 left, 151 Yankee Delta.
Cessna 13 Bravo, keep your speed up for runway 28 left.
Keep my speed up for 28 left, 13 Bravo. Speed up. You can track my speed? I didn't know that. I know you can track my altitude.
That's 500, runway 28 right, clear for the option.
0 right, clear for the option, 500.
73 Hotel, traffic off your right side, 500 below you, the Cessna in the right pattern.
7 tight, 73 Hotel, thank you.
Flying Cloud Tower Cessna 6346 Papa is holding short, 28 right, ready for departure.
6346 Papa, Flying Cloud Tower, make right traffic, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Make right traffic, clear for takeoff, 28 right, 46 Papa.
That's 01 Delta number 2, follow the Cessna mile in front of you, runway 28 right, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 28 right, following Cessna, traffic in sight, 01 Delta.
1 Yankee Delta, contact Minneapolis departure.
Departure Yankee Delta, so long.
Cessna 13 Bravo, keep your base in as close as you can, runway 28 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 28 left, so I'll keep a close base, 4713 Bravo.
Flying Cloud Tower, this is 5254 Delta, holding short, runway 28 right, ready for departure.
There's another plane right behind, there must be a plane right behind me.
Traffic turn a mile right base, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff, westbound approved.
28 right, clear for takeoff, westbound approved, no delay.
Cessna 5001 departure in front of you.
500.
Ooh, I could do a specialty landing if he wants me to land.
Morning, Flying Cloud Tower, citation 247, Mike Papa, visual 28 left.
247 Mike Papa, Flying Cloud Tower, slow it up, your number 2 to the airport, join a 4-mile final for runway 28 left.
Okay, we'll slow down, we're joining a 4-mile final for runway 28 left, 247 Mike Papa.
One Delta, just give a little more room, you're a little close to the guy in front of you.
Roger, traffic in sight, 01 Delta.
Number 73 Hotel, show you clear the Delta to the south, frequency change approved.
Up. I'm gonna bleed off some of this speed.
500 is going around.
500 go around, make a right traffic.
Right traffic, 500. Flying Cloud Tower, Skylook at 764 Golf, 28 right, ready for takeoff.
64 Golf, Flying Cloud Tower, hold short 28 right, landing traffic.
Hold short, 28 right, 64 Golf.
873 Hotel, request frequency change.
73 Hotel, frequency change approved.
Alright, thanks.
46 Papa, runway 28 right, cleared for the option, extend downwind 1 mile, and base approved.
We'll extend that downwind 28 right, number 2, clear for the option, 46 Papa.
Mike Papa, now runway 28 left, you're clear to land, winds 2505.
Okay, clear to land 28 left, 247 Mike Papa.
This was a horrible landing, but it was on purpose to get a short base. Horrible approach, I mean.
So 01 Delta, right at Foxtrot, contact ground.
Right on Foxtrot, contact ground, 01 Delta, thank you.
9764 Golf, winds 250 at 5, traffic turn on a 2-mile base, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff, fly straight out, I'll call your turn to the north.
Clear for takeoff, 28 right, you call our turn, 64 Golf.
13 Bravo, same intentions.
Off on Echo to the right, 13 Bravo.
Bravo, hold short of runway 28 right on Echo, contact remain this frequency.
Turning right on Echo, holding short 28 right, and I'll remain on frequency. I want to go back to Elliott.
Roger. Citation 7 Mike Pop, traffic 11 o'clock, 2 miles, Cessna base to final for 28 right.
Okay, we're looking for him, for 2.75.
Traffic 465. Mike Cloud Towers here is 627 Golf Golf is 9 to the southwest, full stop with Alpha.
627 Golf Golf, Flying Cloud Tower, report 3 southwest, left traffic, runway 28 left.
Left traffic 28 left, report 3 out, 7 Golf Golf.
13 Bravo on Echo, cross runway 28 right and then contact ground.
Crossing 28 right on Echo, and I'll be over to ground, 13 Bravo. I think I'm landing too high, because I'm like slamming into the ground.
Base south departure.
2228 Zulu, Flying Cloud ground, runway 28 right, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 36 on Alpha.
Runway 28 right, taxi via Alpha, cross 36 on Alpha, Archer 2228 Zulu.
Pulling up my map. After landing, radios to ground, flaps up, carb heat off, elevator trim neutral, mixture lean for taxi, strobe lights and landing lights off, taxi light on. Flying Cloud ground, Cessna 4713 Bravo, clear, runway 28 right on Echo, like to taxi back to Elliott.
4713 Bravo, Flying Cloud ground, taxi via Alpha, cross 36 on Alpha.
Elliott via Alpha, cross 36 on Alpha, 4713 Bravo, thank you. Another day, another flight, still alive. That plane bounced too, it makes me feel good.
And ground 247, my pop is going to be clear of 28 left on, going on Bravo 2 at Thunderbird.
247 Mike Papa, Flying Cloud ground, you can taxi via Bravo Echo, hold short of 28 left at Echo.
Okay, Bravo Echo, holding short of 28 left at Echo for 247, my pop.
I'm gonna blame the landings on the plane. That feels fair to me. All right, we're done. Thanks for being with me.